Before we begin today's episode, we would like to share a quick disclaimer. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by the hosts and guests on this podcast are their own personal views and are provided in their own capacity. All content is editorial, opinion-based, and intended for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Silly Goose Society, and today is just me and Kyle, no guest, and we have a topic that was kind of birthed from one of our other episodes in a conversation where we were talking about kind of badass women in movies, and so that's what we're doing today. Badass women in cinema. Although I have categories. I have movies, TV shows, and gaming. I came prepared, bitch.
So did I. I came prepared to shoot from the fucking hip. Like, it's my thing. It's what I do.
Yeah, I have a list. So do we just get into it, and I will just start with the movie? Do you want me to start with movies, TV shows, or gaming?
Literally just start before I jab these scissors into my fucking throat.
Okay. All right. So I think let's just rip the Band-Aid off here. And I think most people, when they talk about badass women in movies, their brain should go to one specific person, and that is Ellen Ripley from the Alien franchise.
I agree, but I feel it's a three-way tie. If you name any of the three women, Ellen Ripley, 1,000,000%. She's arguably the OJ.
Yeah. So I have Ellen, and then under that, I started like my favorites, and then I just had too many pop in my head, and so they're not in any particular order. But thinking about Ellen Ripley made me think about Sarah Connor from the Terminator series, and then right under that was Princess Leia from Star Wars.
That's the top three.
If I anyone had says, a top three, those would be my top three.
All of them are top one. I feel all of them, no particular order whatsoever. Because I feel each of them kind of pushes forward whatever you may feel is what a badass woman should be. I feel each one of them kind of does something a little bit more. As to where, like, Ellen is she's thinking more, she's outwitting more, she's showing that she's more capable, she's a survivor, she's fighting like that one. You have Princess Leia, even from when she was just the princess before she became General Organa. She was just quote unquote the princess, but she was still leading, taking charge, organizing. She was showing that she could be a leader, and she had not just survival thoughts, but actual ambitions for multiple persons' safety and security. And you had Sarah Connor, who was just physically fighting.
Yeah.
Everything. And if I had a nickel for every client that I've had, I'm a personal trainer for those who don't know. If I had a nickel for every woman client who said, it goes, okay, what's your why? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to look like? The amount of times they said, I want to look like Sarah Connor. Like, I want this. And they showed that one picture of her just in a tank top, just brick shit house with an AK-47, ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say, going back to Princess Leia, she also came from a very strong woman. And don't get me started. I had Padme on my list as well from Star Wars. Because, she, while maybe not, fighting like Sarah Connor and Ellen Ripley, she was very intelligent, very emotionally strong. And I think she was, a good portrayal for women.
1,000,000%. Because same thing. It is that, I guess it's almost like a hybrid. I guess Padme is a little bit like Ellen and Leia in that one, because she was that, she was that leader, and how she morally fought. If I don't know if you would count her towards movies or TV, because you get a lot more. So like you have what you have of her in the 3 prequel movies. With Natalie Portman, where same thing, she was the queen, then she was the senator, and so on. Of her fighting, for the Republic, for democracy, for peace and, prosperity and stability throughout the galaxy, politically and psychologically and so on and so forth. But they go so much more in depth in the Clone Wars TV show. Like all of her, where she's like the main character, her little arcs, that's all it is. It's the quote unquote political episodes, if you will. But same thing, just that integrity she did, that very selfless thinking for not just her and her planet, but for anyone a part of the Republic, and so on. It's just absolutely, 1,000,000%.
Yeah. And so the next that I think of when I think of like strong female characters in movies, I will always go to Dr. Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park.
Yes. Yes, Queen.
Because, I mean, I love how that was handled in that movie. I mean, all the dinosaurs were female. Let's just say that. And
let's just get it out of the way. Rexy.
Yeah.
Rexy, okay? Which is the T-Rex's name.
Yeah. Badass just because they're female dinosaurs and they weren't fucking around.
And life found a way.
Right. But, Dr. Sattler was, she was the one who had to go save the day. And, that scene where we have what would typically be the woman in like, a tank top and the injured one on the table looking all sexy. We have Jeff Goldblum, which I'm not mad about that at all.
No one's complaining about what you just said. We're just right. Exactly.
Right. But that whole conversation about, well, I should be the one because and she's like, look, we'll have that conversation another day. I'm going to go save your ass and save everyone's ass because this has to happen. I feel like a lot of times in movies, women are portrayed as like they fall to pieces and they can't run without falling and, all of these tropes. And it was so refreshing to see this woman who is a doctor in her field and she's so intelligent. And then she also had the moral fortitude and the fiber to be like in a crisis situation, to be the one that held the fort, like that was so refreshing to see. And when they did, kind of backpedaling a little bit there, when they did trope her where she did fall and twist her ankle, she's still hauling ass and getting it done. Yeah. She does twist her ankle and she limps, but she's still like through the pain, like running through it and like getting shit done. And when she sees Grant, she's like, run! Yeah.
It's like, yeah, happy reunion. She's like, no, bitch, I got Raptors hot on my ass. Get out!
Yeah. All right. So since I have a long list, I want to get through as many of these as we can. So the next one I have on my list is Black Widow from Marvel. Mm-hmm. And I will say there's so many strong women in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
On my list, sorry to cut you off. On my list, I just said like the scene from Endgame. Just any of the women. I think Marvel has done a pretty damn good job with portraying women and being strong and making them, like leaders, not just the helpless damsels in distress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the thing that I like about Black Widow, though, is that she's kind of like a Hawkeye in the sense that she doesn't have a suit like Iron Man, and she doesn't have the supernatural powers and abilities. she's just a fucking boss ass bitch.
The two of them just have training. They just
it's
have
just
training.
the training, and everything that she endured from her childhood and her sister, all of that, like the psychological warfare. Like she has the psychological warfare that Bucky had, but she doesn't have the supernatural kind of part of it.
She doesn't have a giant metal arm.
Yeah. And but she also was absolutely fearless going into battle, never backed down, even though she was battling and sometimes literally on top of somebody's head. That was one of the most powerful forces in the universe. She didn't care. She just went for it. And I love her. Love her so much. Yeah.
I am, like I said, all of them can't even be, it's hard to just kind of pick any of them, but it's like, we'll just go ahead and we'll just say, Wakanda forever. Dude. Dude, like, just, not just everyone in that movie, but like the same thing. So everyone from Shuri, and I forget the other character's name. I literally forget her name, but Angela Bassett, the Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. She was unbelievable in that movie. Just that character, like even from the first one in that character, but then, they really showed so much more. And I loved, it's kind of like it's a heavy scene when Shuri gets captured, and she like disavows, same thing. I forget her character's name too. I just call him Michonne, The Walking Dead, which once again, total badass. But when she disavows her and she like fires her and gets her to turn, so it's just like she's like, without this I'm nothing, goes to like, my queen is like everything I've sacrificed, and she was just like, bitch, what you've sacrificed? My husband, my brother, my brother-in-law, my son, my daughter. I've literally given everything.
Yeah.
Like just the insane emotion, and she still has to keep it together and rule as a queen, as a fair and just queen of the most advanced society the world has known. Yeah. Like, and she's got to keep her shit together. And oh my God.
I just want to say, Angela Bassett, just in her own right, is just
in her own
a badass female. My God.
Exactly.
Whenever I think of her in that scene, like how Stella got her groove back, where she sets the car on fire and that slow walk away. That scene, is emblazoned in my head. Oh yeah. It's like, that is a badass woman.
I'm going to try not to be biased towards this other one. Same thing from Marvel. I'm going to do my best not to be biased towards this. But Scarlet Witch. So I'll fight anyone to, through, and with my dying breath. Yeah. She is the strongest character. She's the strongest Avenger. She's the strongest in Marvel. They should be talking more about the scene in Endgame where like she's she was so angry at Thanos. She was so mad at Thanos that she could have just easily just crushed him. Literally could have just used her powers to crush him. We saw that she had the capabilities to do that. But she wanted him to feel her pain, like she had said. So she wanted him to feel it. So she's definitely psychotic in a good way. He literally just like, yo, nuke us. He goes, but sir, our units, I don't give a fuck. She is going to kill me. Blow us up. Like, yeah. Thanos had the ability to go, like, he was just like, bro, I'm tapping out. Send in the troops. Like, because she was fucking him up. But all that aside, same thing. Anything that she had went through, was going through, just how unbound, same thing in a good way that she was, that I guess even in Multiverse of Madness, it's okay to go a little crazy sometimes. It's completely fine and justified to go a little crazy sometimes. Just how passionately people say, is like, oh, they say that emotions are a bad thing, or women are so emotional, so on and so forth. She is arguably one of the more emotional characters, yes. But it just shows that I guess just how, I don't know if this is really cliche or shitty or cheesy to say, but just it goes to show the depths of how much she loves and how much she cares and how fiercely loyal that she is.
Yeah.
With everything with her brother. Literally went toe to toe with Ultron. One of my favorite lines she has, you know how that feels like? And she literally rips Ultron's heart out. Yeah. Literally rips his robot heart out using her powers. That was definitely a kink that was unlocked. That was insane. 100%. No. And then, dude, the WandaVision show. We got into this debate. We watched it with all of our friends. And how my best friend he was hell-bent that she was being forced to, like, he was really hard into it's Mephisto controlling her, Agatha's controlling her, she's not acting on her own. And Lauren, my wife, was hell-bent, absolutely not. She's not being controlled. She's doing this on her own free will, because I think my friend was really trying. She's still a good guy. Doesn't like what if she's in control and she's doing this, she's bad, and we don't want her to be bad. We want her to be good. And Lauren just simply said, she said something to me about it, but it was just like, absolutely not. She goes, I don't think he understands. Vision was taken from her. Mm-hmm. Like, whom she loved more than anything. It's like her everything. Her entire world was taken from her.
Right.
How the fuck would you react? You had those powers. You had that capability. She went rightfully, justifiably insane from that.
Yeah.
When that happened, she loved him so deeply, so unfathomably, that when that happened, the only way she could cope was to kidnap a fucking town in New Jersey and hide.
Yeah.
And that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
That is absolutely mental to me. No, I cannot and will not ever be able to explain genuinely how much I love that character and Elizabeth Olsen's portrayal of that character.
Right.
It is just it's unbelievable. Like, I feel you saw a full spectrum of a woman's capabilities in that character.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel that.
All right. So the next one that I have, and I'll just go with, let's talk for a couple minutes here about Katniss Everdeen.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, the situation that she was thrown into through multiple movies, man, I mean, just a very strong character and positive role model for women. I know when that movie came out, my daughter really got into the books and the character, and Katniss Everdeen absolutely defied the odds, but she went through hell. I mean, she went through hell. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And
she's on my list.
Oh, rightfully so, because unlike some of the women we just mentioned before, she has no superpowers. She was literally, I think my favorite thing about her is that she really was just a girl.
Yeah.
She was just a woman.
She was 16.
She wanted nothing to. She didn't want a rebellion. She didn't want a war. She just wanted to protect her sister. That is all she wanted to do. And then she just couldn't stop, and everyone kind of forced her. And yes, then she ended up believing into it. But there was no drive and passion to protect and liberate our people. It's just I just care about my sister. I don't care about anybody else. It's just my sister. And how that just went insane.
Yeah, I mean, she never wanted to be the face of the rebellion. That was not, and she fought it. And then finally she saw like the absolutely destruction that Snow had leveled on District 12. Mm-hmm. She I think that's when she kind of gave in and was like, all right, this is what I have to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And she rose to the occasion. And I think, that's another, important thing to show. We have so many movies where, the male character, has this this arc, and he has to rise to the occasion, and you very sometimes rarely see that main protagonist having to do that as a female lead,
Yeah.
and so yeah, Katniss is forever in my heart.
Oh god, dude, I get chills and I have to fight back tears in I think it's the third one. It's the third one. After the thing, she's making the thing to snow. There's fire, and if we burn, you burn with us. That whole thing.
Yeah.
That whole speech. Oh god, love it.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. We're gonna watch this movie soon.
Yeah. All right. So I have Clarice Starling from Silence of the Lambs.
Clarice.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these that I have, there's some that, kind of supernatural, but in my mind, if I'm thinking of like a strong female character on the screen, I think of Clarice Starling. I also think of, and you may not be as familiar with these movies than maybe women are, but I really love Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice.
There is, so Pride and Prejudice, people either know Elizabeth Bennet from the Keira Knightley 2005 film, or the BBC series that was done in like 1995 with Jennifer L.
Mm-hmm.
I identify more like my Elizabeth Bennet is the BBC series Elizabeth Bennet.
Mm-hmm.
And, that series, my grandmother introduced me to that series, and it was just something that when I would go and visit her, we would always sit down and watch it together. And great series, great adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. But, Elizabeth Bennet was very much this woman who was in a very certain period of time, very certain society, and was expected to marry and marry well and not marry for love. Love
Mm-hmm.
was not important. It was status. It was, as a woman in a family, you had to go and secure the rich husband in order to secure your family's position. There was a lot of pressures put on women, that was their purpose. Their purpose was to marry well, marry wealthy, have children, and have male children,
I mean, what's love got to do with it? Got to do with it. Got to do with it. Another strong woman.
And she, she was very, for her time, very outspoken, very strong, very strong-willed, and very pragmatic. And I mean, it worked out for her that she ultimately fell in love with Mr. Darcy. But yeah, I think very, very strong, positive female character. They are remaking that again.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I am like, nope. We have Keira Knightley, we have Jennifer L. We've
perfected it. Leave it alone.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to move very quickly through the rest of my movie picks, and then we'll move on. So I have Alice from Resident Evil.
Gotta love it. Anything Mila Jovovich is in? Yes.
I have, and I'm going to butcher this name, the Angel of Verdun, Rita Vrataski, Edge of Tomorrow, Emily Blunt, badass woman.
Yep. Ironclad bitch, right? Is that what her name? That's in the movie, yeah.
Yeah. Trinity from The Matrix.
Matrix, yep.
I have Yennefer from The Witcher.
Show or games?
Yeah, that should have been put under show, so that's in the wrong place, but she's on my list.
No, honestly, I was just being a dick because she's badass in both.
Yeah. And then, oh God, I know, just, get it over with, this one. I know what you're going to say. You will, get hard, whatever you have to do. Celine from Underworld.
Ow.
And I think that's all my movie picks that I have on my list. And so TV shows, because I love how TV has evolved, and we have these great series, and we have these great characters, and it's the production value and everything's gone up, and the storytelling has gone up. So I think we should mention some people from TV shows. And my number one for TV shows is Lagertha. I just butchered that name. Lagertha Lothbrok. I cannot not say that name today. Lagertha.
Lagatha is fine. Lagatha is the I guess North American kind of version of that one, though the way it's spelled, there is an R in it, so whether it's Lagatha or Lagertha, it's totally fine.
Right.
Or Ingstad, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah. That beautiful bitch from Vikings.
For the love of God.
God, her character is so good. Viking women were badass in general, but man, just the way that they portrayed her, the actress that played her, chef's kiss.
I'm going to sum it up for anyone in a very meat and potatoes kind of way. Think of the most perfect badass male character you could ever think of. His strong morals, his ethics, blah, 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 all that, and literally just make it a absolutely stunning blonde woman.
Yeah.
That is what they did with her. They made her the most elite, top-tier character that is a man in any other fucking show or movie. Yeah. And they just made it a stunning blonde woman.
Yeah.
Unfucking real.
And one other that I have on here, just simply because I've been going down, there's not really anything on TV that I'm into right now, so I'm just kind of going back and rewatching this series. But Dana Scully from the X-Files.
Oh, yes. Love Scully.
Yeah.
Love Scully.
Yeah. She just always had to pull Fox back from the edge. Mm-hmm. Very pragmatic, strong, intelligent,
clearly the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
Clearly the brains of the operation.
Anyone that cannot see Dana Scully as a badass woman, as Kyle would say, get fucked.
Get fucked, mate.
I have Carol from The Walking Dead. I think Carol, in my mind, is just about, everyone's shown this, badass woman, but in my mind, Carol really is the baddest bitch on any iteration of The Walking Dead. Their spinoffs, their anything. Carol.
Think of how we met her and think of where she is now.
Yeah.
That is why she is the baddest of them.
Yeah. Her character development, the arc that they've had, just the fact that I think she was a better leader than I think fucking Rick would ever be. Because Rick hesitated. They always hesitate to take out the big bad, and Carol's just like, no, we got to do it. We got to, this is, and the one scene where she had to, how many times has she had to rescue people's ass? When they were
Terminus. She literally blew up the whole fucking facility.
That's exactly where I was going.
Literally one woman show with bottle rockets and an AK.
Yeah. She just and I love it when they finally went to Alexandria and she downplayed herself.
Oh yeah.
She downplayed her capabilities and was like the mom baking cookies and trying to be friendly and just because she knew they had to protect. And if things went shit sideways, she was going to be the one to have to go in and save the day again. Just love her. Love Carol.
Yeah, exactly. And that is because of her beginning. She knew that she let everything go on with Ed for so long. So she knew that it never gets better. You try to give people second chances, it only gets worse. So that is exactly the motivation behind all of her decisions. No, you can't. They say they're going to get better. They never do. And it gets fucking worse. You have to put these fuckers in the ground. She learned that lesson. She was never going to repeat that ever again.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Yeah.
And didn't matter what it was, whether it was the sick people in the prison, get rid of them. The little girl who's starting to unravel, look at the flowers. It sucks. She's not happy that she has to do this. She just has the knowledge and the know-how to do what has to be done.
Yeah.
She's completely shattered by it, but she's gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. All right, so the rest of my list is a
all Game of Thrones categories.
Yep. We cannot talk about badass women and not talk about Game of Thrones. There's so many strong female, whether you love them or hate them, you cannot deny that show is absolutely chock full of badass women.
Bare minimum 2. You have to bare minimum talk about 2.
So I'm going to just list. This is my personal list, and then we can go into it. So for the original Game of Thrones series, I have Cersei Lannister, Sansa Stark, Brienne bitch of Tarth, Arya Stark, Daenerys Targaryen, Lady Olenna Tyrell, my God.
Love her.
One that I put her on the list. I know a lot of people love her. She was not my favorite, but I still want to acknowledge her as a badass in her own right, was Ygritte. I just didn't care for her, but I do recognize she's badass. Lyanna Mormont.
Yep.
That little girl was the
Bear of the North.
Oh my God. She had balls bigger than any other man in the kingdom. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah.
Yara Greyjoy. And then Asha, who had to carry that fucking brand all over the damn Seven Kingdoms.
That limp dick useless piece of... That is the one... If there's one thing about that show that genuinely pissed me off, it was him.
Yeah.
That means I hit it on the head. The dude who does nothing for the group project and gets all the credit. He did nothing.
Nothing.
The whole... The three-eyed raven, he's got one more eye to see that he ain't doing fucking shit this whole show.
I know.
He ain't doing dick, and he... Dude. Anywho, yes.
Yeah.
So, by all means.
So, that's my list for Game of Thrones. For House of Dragon, which I believe you have not seen House of Dragon.
Have not.
So, the two that these are my two. And the series is still ongoing. And I know that there are a lot of other females, and you can talk about the Queen Dowager all you want. I don't like her. I don't think she's a strong female. If anybody wants to argue with that outside of this podcast, happy to oblige. But I have Rhaenys Targaryen. So Rhaenys, for your benefit, Kyle, is by all birth order, right? She should have been the queen. She was passed over because only a man can reign for her brother. And so, but through the series, through the first season, she really is very, very pragmatic, and she understands the politics. And not only that, but she is a dragon rider and understands the battle and the power of the dragons and what it means to actually take dragons into war. Spoiler alert, Kyle, I'm just going to tell you this. So she rides Meleys, who is a giant badass female dragon. And so there's a battle that ensues, and she knows the ramifications of what she's about to do. And that scene where they're flying, so they're flying like from the cliffs into the water. over the ocean, and she knows she has to turn back to finish this battle. And I think Maylis understands as well, and she kind of like bends down and pats Maylis, and she's like, gives her the orders to turn around, and Maylis goes down over the water and like dips her foot into the water. And then they go back in to finish the battle, and like Rhaenys does this thing where she tightens herself into the harness, into the saddle on the dragon, and because she knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And she ends up dying with the dragon, and it's a very beautiful death scene. I will say that. So, and then, of course, Rhaenyra Targaryen, who is the main female of House of Dragon. Her father lost his heir. His male heir died in childbirth. He ends up naming Rhaenyra as the successor to his throne, and that's what throws everything into chaos. But she also rides Syrax, who is a very sassy female dragon. So Syrax, she's a younger dragon. She's never seen battle. She's the princess's dragon, right? And she's very well kept. She's so pampered. But they are locked in together. Dreamfire is another beautiful, beautiful female dragon. Yeah. But yeah, Dreamfire, I love Dreamfire. So that is my Game of Thrones list. Happy to discuss.
Happy to discuss and fight to the ends of Earth.
Yeah. Egret, get fucked. You're still badass, but no. But I mean, a lot of people, I think, give Cersei... I think she's a character that through the series you hate her, then love her, then hate her. But I
always hated her, but I empathized with her at times. I'll say that. Like she's the villain. She is one of the best villains I've seen.
Yeah.
In a show, in a whatever, in a media of some sort. It's just unbelievable. But I'm sorry, just because she's the villain, you can't say she's not a badass. She is insanely badass and hardcore and vicious and just to her core.
And she did it all for her. I mean, there is no way that you can deny she did not love her children.
Oh, no. Everything she did for her children.
Exactly.
Including doing her brother. She did for her children.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, I mean, her love of her brother, her love of her children, that was what drove her. And she was literally willing to burn the world down for her children. And I can identify that because with that, there have been moments in my motherhood that if I could have burned the world, I would have done that. I would go to the ends of the earth for my daughter. And I understand Cersei from that point of view.
Yeah, 100 million, billion, trillion %. That is, like I said, you can't say she's not just because she's the villain. I'm sorry. If anything, it gives me more to want to say that she is, because she's choosing not to be good. She doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
And it's just... And let's face it, we're talking about the world of Game of Thrones. Everyone's pretty much shit. There's not a lot of heroes in that fucking show.
Right.
There's not a lot of heroes in that show.
Right.
There's just, it's all, to quote, Alex Guinness here, from a certain point of view. Like, literally from a certain point of view is where the heroes are. I to this day will never forgive them for how they just threw away Dany's ending.
Yeah.
I will never forgive them. If I was in charge or a writer, so on and so forth, I think her everything should have ended with her burning the city.
Yeah.
I think that's I think I
she had
like
every
that
right to do it too.
She had every right to. She had it showed her love and her loyalty. It didn't break her character. I really don't think it broke her character. It didn't completely undo everything that she did. Yes, she had that moment of vulnerability. She heard the bells ringing. Oh my God, I don't give a shit. Like I said, it was her love. It was her passion for her friends and for her loved one, the closest person to her. It was her need to have revenge and the victory over her enemy over that one. So yes, destroy and burn the fucking city. At the end of it, notice that you have done wrong. Get on your dragon, fly off into the sunset. If that's literally what they did, if she just got on and she left after that, that's a perfect write-off. I don't give a shit. But the fact that they just threw everything away that they did over the entire show with giving us arguably one of the greatest female characters between story, her telling, just everything that she has done. They threw it all away in in half an episode.
Yep.
And then carried it. And they just went with the typical trope. Why'd she go crazy? For some dick.
Yeah.
Literally?
Yeah.
For some peen. Like,
no.
Threw it all away. I was so angry. I was literally nauseous. I was so angry at that.
I feel like the only way that they could have redeemed that ending is if they would have shown that Drogon carried Dany's back to, the originating lands of the dragons, and they had the power to resurrect her. And, her in her storyline continued but unknown, what would be the outcome. But the fact that they just killed her, in the way that they did it, and
it's not even the fact that they killed her. Look, they wanted to kill her. They wanted this and that. But the fact that she spent the entire fucking series denying everyone, I am not my father. I am not this. I am different. I am a strong woman. I am the right leader. I am doing all these things. Everything. And they just know she is her father. She's a basic bitch. Like she's just crazy in terms. Oh my God. I was so fucking mad. They could have killed her. I didn't even care that it was that she died and so on and so forth. Like they could have left her dead.
Yeah, it was just
the fact that they just made her go insane for no reason at all.
I'll tell you one thing. The one scene that gives me chills to this day is when she's, they've conquered the city and all of that, and she's standing, and then Drogon is like, the way that they have, the forced perspective is his wings come out, but it looks like it's part of her. Love that scene.
It's pretty sad. They did do some fantastic cinematography. Like I said, I think they missed the mark. They missed a lot of marks with that last season. Is definitely the weakest of them all. But I don't think that season was so bad that it tarnishes the rest of the show. I will fight tooth and with my dying breath that the bulk of that show is the reason why TV was invented.
Yeah.
I genuinely do. From writing, portrayal, so on and so forth. Yes, I know it's different from the books. Get off my fucking ass. I don't give a shit. There's a reason why it's on a fucking TV, okay? And just because, it's garbage TV because it's graphic, I don't give a fuck. So is the real world. I'm sorry. Walk around the real world and look at history that you got such a fucking hard on and tell me it's all sunshine and rainbows. Buff my nuts. The bulk of that show is the reason why TV was invented. Genuinely.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to recover from the buff my nuts.
Oh, buff my nuts? Yeah.
You got to give me a moment. I've never heard that.
No? Never?
No, I've never heard anybody say that.
Yeah, buff my nuts.
That's fantastic.
Hell yeah. Huff on them. Give me a little huff and buff. I don't give a fuck, man. Get the hell out of here. Like, just get out of here with that.
Let's get into my very short gaming list, because I think as I was going through this, there was two characters specifically that I kept thinking, I've got to mention these women, because even though it's not like cinema or a TV show, what they mean to me
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Sadie and Laura.
Yep. Yeah, Lara Croft. I've been a Tomb Raider player for, I mean,
How old is the game?
yeah, for
How old is the
years.
franchise?
Yeah. Man, what a badass character. She's and you know, I could have put her in the movie because Angelina Jolie, the way, you know, yeah, those movies, the way that she was
Ow,
portrayed,
again.
right? Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic, but my love of Lara Croft and everything that I know about her character have come from the Tomb Raider games. I just have, you know, been replaying the game. I go back and play them over and over and over. And
now it's Sophie Turner doing the show with Amazon.
and I am really looking forward to that. I think they will do it justice. It's interesting that Amazon is like developing a lot of gaming into shows.
They see how big gaming has gotten. Like, people thought gaming was big before. Thanks to the lockdown, when everyone had nothing else to do but play video games, gaming has, oh my God.
Yeah.
The past 6 years, there has been such an influx in gaming and gaming culture. So Amazon is putting all their chips onto that, and they are buying into nerd culture so hard.
The thing that makes me think the Lara Croft will be good is the fact that they've done very well with Fallout.
They did do, what they've done with Fallout and how they've portrayed it, how they've taken their own creative writing and put it into an already based story.
Yeah.
They've done very, very well. They took the rules of how Fallout operates.
Yeah.
And they've gone with that. They've done very, very well. With that, I mean, and I got you to watch that other thing they did, that secret level that they did, which is just like
level.
little shorts.
Yes.
Oh my God, they have their own creative. You know, they do have their own what is it, creative liberties to rewrite stuff and change stuff and whatever it is, but they're still doing enough homework that they don't break the rules, they don't break the mold of how the game operates, how the game works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I think is fantastic. I mean, even if they completely shit the bed with it and they make it nothing like, I think just costume alone, she looks unfucking believable. I think she just physically looks amazing.
She physically looks like Lara Croft.
It's the glasses for me that set me over the edge. I think it's the glasses that set me over the edge.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to name the other three that I have on the list, and then I want to circle back to Sadie Adler.
We have to.
I want to close on Sadie.
As we said.
So I have Jill Valentine from Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one I have for you, Kyle, I have Cortana from Halo. After listening to, all 4 hours, then you double editing. So I will say 7.5 hours, because I can't say 8.
You fell asleep for half of it. You fell asleep. Anywho.
So I picked Cortana because from what you described to me, and I've never played the games, but from what you described, I just got it in my head that I thought Cortana seemed like a pretty badass female character.
Yeah, goddamn right she is.
Yeah. So let's talk about Sadie Adler.
I would love nothing more right now than to do such. Sadie
Adler, my God. Like, I will never be able to thank you enough for introducing me to this Red Dead I haven't played Red Dead. I've played Red Dead 2. But introducing me to this game, to this universe, because, not only, Arthur Morgan, what a hell of a character, but we got a goddamn man. The fact that they included Sadie Adler into this and developed her, and she was so important and integral to the story, the entire story arc, because you go into what happened post death. How we found her to where she ended up again, it's kind of like Carol, right? Goes through a very traumatic event and then just is like, rises to the occasion. This is what has to be done. And, you know, she was very capable, very deadly, very in her own right, just as good as the boys in the boys in the band. But she's so incredibly badass. And I'll always love her story arc and the fact that, yeah, she started out, you know, how they found her and everything that had happened to her. She gains her footing. She joins the gang. She participates. She is an outlaw at that point in time. She is angry. She is waiting for things to be for things to be reckoned, you know, and then for her to then go into end her story from where we know about her being the ones to go in and take the rule of law and go and round up the outlaws, just as a means of survival, because that's where the money was. Gosh, I just love her so much.
She is just exactly that. She is a survivor. Simple as that. And will do any and everything by the means of it. How they wrote her.
And they never, and I just want to say real quick, they never sexualized her.
Not once.
I love that. Like, she had a very deep relationship and friendship with Arthur, but it was never sexualized or romanticized. And I loved that she could have these strong, you know, friendships, even with John. She could have these strong friendships. And they never did that to Sadie, and I love that so much.
Because they, exactly, like I said, they kept it, they brought that really, just that strong, that driven, that survival, you know, it's like, one, because she had her love. That was it. That was the only love for her, was her Jakey. That was it. Boom. She had everything. They took everything. So she just has her actual life left, and how they didn't just make her crazy to be crazy. They were going to, but then, you know, they just had, you know, the very first mission where she goes riding out, you go riding out with her to Rhodes. She was like, oh, so we're doing this? It goes, bitch, what's wrong with you? No, that's not how we do this. And so she learns the ropes. She does this. She does that. She earns her keep, just like the men does. She's out there robbing and shooting and killing too, just like the men are. She's doing the full outlaw life.
Yeah.
But like, if it, like you said, still with that drive, with that need. Not only that, but something I feel everybody completely overlooks. When everything happens in Guarma, when you come back and so on and so forth, she's the one who took care of the gang after everything happened. After the men fucked everything up and everything was scattered and everything was left. We lost Hosea. We lost Lenny. To them, they lost freaking Dutch, Micah, oh God, Javier, John. They lost everybody. Literally the muscle, the strength of the gang. She kept everyone together.
Yeah.
No one left. No one deserted. None of it. She got everybody out. She kept them fed. She kept them moving. Her and Charles, the two of them, kept them alive, kept them moving, kept them together.
Yeah.
Like, that is and she was the newest one to the gang.
Yeah.
That was still around at that point. Yeah, technically Kieran was, but still. She was the newest one of the gang. And the fact that she was then their leader, she was so strong that people who have been there since the inception of the gang were just... They
deferred to her leadership.
Even someone as strong, because there's other little bits too where you see that there's little leading up to that. It wasn't so easy. Ms. Grimshaw just had that crotchety chip on her shoulder because she was just a grouchy old woman. But even at those points, it isn't until after that even she was just, I guess they had a bit of a disagreement kind of thing. I forget where it is. You see that they have a bit of a blowout before the bank in Saint Denis. So the two of them really don't like each other. But then I guess during all that, there's some type of a letter or something. I want to say Mary Beth writes a letter and she kind of talks about it that you can find. You can read it. That like Sadie and Miss Grimshaw got into like a massive blowout. Like when that was happening, like, what are we going to do? Miss Grimshaw was just like, you guys are on your own. And Sadie was just like, listen here, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You get in line and you fucking help get these people to safety. Then after that, I don't give a goddamn what you do, but you owe it to these people who have looked up to you and you've protected for so long. You get them somewhere. You listen to me, get us somewhere safe, and then you can fuck off into the sunset for all I give a shit. But god damn it, right now,
yeah,
they look to you.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And so, yeah, so I guess like she like whipped Miss Grimshaw into line. And then from that, she was incredibly respectful and like would have listened. She would have listened and took Sadie's counsel more than she took Dutch's after that point.
Mm-hmm. And I know that it'll never happen, but I the neck beards of the community would never stand for it, but
the neck beards.
I would love to see a Sadie Adler game come out from them, because I'm so interested in what happened, what's the rest of her story, because she was going off to go explore some other places. And like what is the rest of her story? What happened to her? I think she's just an incredibly compelling character. So
oh yeah.
This is a fun one. I like this.
I mean, women are awesome. Like,
women are awesome.
Come on, like, and I was just like, I just can't fathom how people can, like, women are pretty fucking cool. Like,
and it's so refreshing, again, just to see these characters be portrayed, and for us to have somebody that we can look at and be like, because we know the capabilities of women. We know we live and breathe and live in this skin every single day. But I'm also excited that this episode will air, at the beginning of
Happy Women's History
Month. So
Woman Month, absolutely. Yeah. God damn it,
good start to the month. But yeah, I think let us know who is not on our list that you think is a strong female character. There are so many. We could only pack so many into an episode. I know we missed some, but let us know. Let us know in the comments. Visit our social medias. Thank you, as always, so much for listening to this episode. Like, share. The biggest thing you can do for us is to tell your friends about us. We have merch available. I just got some of my merch in. I'm actually wearing one of the Silly Goose t-shirts today. Really, really happy with the quality. So it's a way to help support us in this journey. Plus, the designs are really freaking good, and funny and cute. T-shirts, hoodies, we have the whole gamut of things that you can purchase from our little shop. The link is in the description. If you go to our Instagram, the links are there as well for that.
I mean, also just kind of backpedaling too. I was like, I know we definitely missed stuff, because there's something I wanted to do. Is like not only just like badass women, like, but like actual real life, like badass women, whether it's through history. But I think if there's a really solid reason why Ellen Ripley and Princess Leia are total badasses, is because Sigourney Weaver and Carrie Fisher are the epitome of badass.
Right.
Everyone. Carrie Fisher needs no explanation.
Right. Oh my
Carrie
God.
Fisher.
Just the fucking essence of badass. Yeah. We love you, Carrie. Still.
Rest in peace forever.
Yeah.
Forever our princess, forever our general.
Yeah.
We love you.
All right. Well, with that, bye.